I was definitely meant to do psychology and like healing and wholeness and talking to people. Somebody was like, you're good at getting people to tell you things, you should be a therapist. My startup journey was pretty brutal. There was a lot I didn't know as an outsider. I was on Shark Tank, and Shark Tank, if you see it, was not a great experience. I remember after that, I cried on every subway in New York for like 6 weeks. You know, our app had a lot of technical debt, which turned into my personal debt, which is when I had to close in 2016. I was so broke. I had borrowed so much money from my family at this point, I was just too ashamed to ask for any more. And I remember, like, for months, I would go up my 5th floor walk up every day, just expecting this is gonna be the day, preparing myself mentally for I'm gonna have to sleep on the street tonight. More than anything in my entire life journey, my existence with poverty changed me the most on a core level. Like on a fundamental wiring of understanding who I am, my dignity, respect, safety as a human. All of that stuff is constantly on your mind when you do not have money to eat, get on the subway. It was such a tough time. There was nothing else to think about except how I'd failed, how much in debt I am. I couldn't go home. It was beating myself up relentlessly, constantly. I called the suicide hotline a couple times just because the thoughts would not stop. They were the best conversations I've ever had. I'll get emotional thinking about it because in 20 minutes, like, I could just get the thoughts out of my body. I could get the energy out of my body. I could hear that they were solvable problems. And I'm just so grateful to the suicide hotline because, like, and if you could just turn somebody's day around like that, people in deep pain are actually at their most powerful. When you're truly at that, like, rock bottom place, there's nothing to lose, right? You'll do anything to feel better. I always say, if you're gonna go through hell, get something from the gift shop. Like, and I just mean, get a lesson from every pain, period. Every emotion is there to teach you something. You know, like, people call it trauma, but I always call it a transformational event. That's how you can reframe it. This changed the way I feel about certain things, certain patterns. There's always been a dance with me and power and, like, needing power. I remember I got fat on this story that, like, I would wronged in my time in the startup space. They didn't take me seriously because I was a woman, because I was Black, because I was a social worker. There was a lot of things that I had to let go, enable for me to step into my power, and I still had a lot of that resentment. I did ayahuasca with a 5th generation Peruvian shaman. And during my ceremony, I was, like, in so much pain on this yoga mat in Mexico, and I was in every single pain that I had had from the company that I hadn't processed. Every single resentment, every single, like, disrespectful meeting, every single blow off betrayal, like, came back to me. Like, it was caving out my chest. I realize now it was a funeral for my pain because I don't have that resentment, I don't have that bitterness anymore, but I don't have the same relationship with that identity of me, of this wronged person. Why would I resent these outside people of the story instead of acknowledging and appreciating the person at the center of the story? That girl did a lot. As much as it's been a struggle in my life, I have a relationship with my anger. I have a relationship with my need for dominance and control. It's gotten me really far. It's protected me, you know, it's defended me. I don't have to fight every battle. I don't have to get enraged by everything. Forgiving myself, forgiving other people when they're wrong, like, truly accepting humanity and what it means to be human. The lesson of acceptance is something I really, truly try to live, and it is something that has changed me. Acceptance is power.